Welcome back, my dear students. Today we are going to start the last chapter from Snapshot. This is the first part, and I'm going to introduce the writer, then summary part, and at last question answers. I hope you are ready. This is one of the most interesting chapters of this book. This is a story of a real life. A.J. Cronin, who is the author of this story, he was a physician. His full name was Archibald Joseph Cronin. He was a Scottish physician and a novelist. His best known novel, The Citadel, tells of a Scottish doctor in a Welsh mining village who then shoots up the medical ladder in London. Cronin knew both venues as a medical inspector of mines and as a doctor in Harley Street. He was born on 19th July 1896 in UK, and he died on 6th January 1981 in Switzerland. He was awarded with National Book Award for Fiction. It's my advice to you to read the whole chapter, and just for your interest, in very short way, I am going to tell you the summary. At the beginning of the chapter, we find Andrew Mansion, who is very sad because he had a very disappointing evening with Christine, his beloved. After reaching his home, he finds Joe Morgan, who was waiting for him. On a special request of Joe Morgan, Dr. Andrew Mansion goes to his home. Andrew Mansion enters the home and finds two other women, Mrs. Morgan's mother and an elderly midwife. While waiting, he gets lost in the imagination of the episode that happened at Cardiff station and life of other married people. At 3:30, he is called by the nurse and starts working on the patient. In spite of working so hard on patient, he finds the child born is lifeless. He hands over the dead child to the nurse. Dead here is not suitable word because at that point the child was lifeless. So he hands over the dead like child to the nurse and draws his entire attention to Susan Morgan, who is breathless. He manages to help her retaining her breath after injecting the medicine through a hypodermic. Now Andrew Manson pays all his heed to the child. He is reminded of an incident. He begins the special method of respiration which makes no difference. He asks the nurse to bring 2 basins of cold and hot water each. Then he starts dipping the child from one basin to another, hot water to cold water and cold water to hot water. At last the boy gets back to life. Andrew takes his jacket and goes out of the home without worrying about his bag. He gives this good news to Joe Morgan. Finally, he takes a sigh of relief that he has done something good at last. So I have done my part, and I advise you to read the chapter line by line. As you all know, it is supplementary book, so this is to be read by you, and question answers in next video. Thank you for watching.